Today on Making Change with Your Money, I'm speaking with Dr. Ailina Ismail, a functional medicine doctor, about helping busy and ambitious women in their 20s to 50s discover the root causes of their fatigue. Listen as Ailina shares how a challenging family diagnosis led her to reassess her professional commitments, like so many of my guests, and opened up the opportunity for her to delve into functional medicine.
Welcome to Making Change with Your Money, a podcast that highlights the stories and strategies of women who experienced a big life transition and overcame challenges as they redefined financial success for themselves. Now here's your host, certified financial planner, Laura Rotter.
Welcome, Ailina, to the Making Change with Your Money podcast.
Thanks so much, Laura, for having me on your podcast today. I'm so appreciative that you are willing to interview me. I'm from Melbourne, everyone, Melbourne, Australia.
And we're excited to see where this conversation takes us.
Sure.
So, Ailina, can you share? I'm going to start with the question I always start with, which is, what was money like in your family growing up? And where did you grow up?
So I was born in Penang in Malaysia. It's an island on the peninsula of Malaysia. And life wasn't too bad. So my parents were teachers. And at that time, they used to move around a lot from state to state, depending on where they got transferred and which school they had to work with. So all of us, there were four of us, kids, and I'm the youngest. And so by the time they moved to Penang, they had me. So every sibling of mine was born in a different state.
Wow.
Growing up was good. We weren't crazy rich, but we were comfortable. Like mom and dad in those days, they worked for the government. So it's like a 9 to 5, not how it is now in Malaysia. 9 to 5 means that's just the official number, but you stay back till 6 or 7. But being a teacher, they would always come back on time. And then, I thought I had a pretty good childhood, although we are quite far apart. So my eldest and me, my sister is 14 years apart, and then the second one is 10, and my brother is 6 years apart. But that's how mom, they planned the pregnancies and all that. But for me, I think I grew up kind of a bit lonely because everyone had gone overseas to study by the time I grew up. And I didn't, me and my brother didn't really have the same interests. We used to fight a lot, as siblings. So I always had lots of imaginary friends growing up. But yeah, life was okay. Didn't get much to travel until dad retired. And in those days, the government would pay you a gratuity, because they followed the British Commonwealth. We were colonized before. And so that was our first overseas trip to come to Australia, actually, to visit my sister who had a scholarship from the government to study here. So that was our first overseas trip.
Thank you for sharing that. So to a certain extent, though, you're the youngest of four. It sounds like you were an only child.
Oh, I wish.
It could be a positive thing, right? Because you get theoretically more attention from your parents. You're the youngest.
Too much, I think. I had to, my sister had to advocate for me because they wouldn't even let me learn how to drive because, I think they were I was their precious last one. Yeah. So interesting. There were good and bad things about it.
Yeah, true about life in general, right? So can I assume, since your parents were teachers, you said your sister was overseas, that education was an important value in your family?
Oh, definitely. Mom always said that we don't have much money to give you, but we can give you as much education. So in those days, it was okay, make sure you get a good job, study hard, get a good job, and then